We can to try to make the space welcoming and engaging for you to the best of our ability. I want to just introduce you and welcome you all to the space. Personally, I will say that I was very inspired and moved by the protests that happened at Cal Poly Humboldt in the spring. I was very much connected to the threads and the pain of the deaths in Gaza. And tonight's conversation is very much driven by a desire to continue honest, compassionate, and sincere dialogue and conversation.
College of the Redwoods president, Dr. Keith Flamer.
Good evening. I wish that we were gathering here for another reason. I wake up every day bothered by the conflict that we see, not just in Gaza, but the conflict and the deaths of children we see in Ukraine, and the conflict and deaths we see in our country. I go to bed having those images in my mind that if it wasn't them, it would be my children. And that bothers me significantly. And it bothers me to a point where I wake up in the morning when I think about the deaths that I see, I get reinforced to the fact that I have to do more. We have to do more as a country and as a community. My college has to do more, to do what it can, not just in education, but to make a difference. Can we change the world? Absolutely. But we have to start here. I'm awfully proud of what our students and our faculty did at Cal Poly, because they exercised what I believe is their First Amendment rights. That's important. As someone who was in the front lines when I was a young man, being arrested by the police and thrown in jail and having to call my mom and dad to come bail me out of jail. And I can't reinforce the fact of how important that is. That when my father got me out of jail for doing the things that I thought were right, and I was getting kicked out of school, he said, "Son, I'm very proud of you for standing up for what you think is the right thing to do. And I may not agree with what some of the motivations, but I'm awfully proud that our students feel enough and feel empowered enough to make a difference where they can. And I'm proud that our faculty are encouraging students to think beyond themselves to make a difference. And it was from that commitment and that admiration for our students and our faculty that I committed to this event. This event is not to celebrate, far from it. This event is to try our best to bring our community back together. There is so much divisiveness in our country, and our rhetoric is hate and fear. And we've absorbed that as a community, and we have to do something different. We have to do better. Our community is way too important for our children to keep the divisive rhetoric going. The only way that we're going to heal ourselves is by sitting down, having an honest conversation, understanding the other person's point of view. You may not agree, but my college is committed to doing what it can to facilitate conversations with anyone. This is the first of hopefully many community events that we start coming back together. And I promise that my college will be right next to you, helping us move forward as a community. So welcome tonight, and I look forward to further conversations.